I'm live. All right, 12 minutes. If you're watching this as a rerun, you can skip ahead 12 minutes until we start the radio version and portion of this program. Until then, it is the pregame show. Tell me what's on your mind. Tell me what you're thinking, and I'll let you know what I think about it. Yeah. Morning here at Josh at Dr. Teeth. Why are they all brand new this morning? Huh? Interesting. Interesting. Mike, good morning. Josh, good morning. Waylon, good morning, I believe. Interesting that it's at something. They must have done something different on the YouTube side of this. Well, Waylon, you missed out, my man. Hands down, the best bucks for bras ever. Not only for people donating and giving to the live auction, but the models themselves. Impressive. Maybe I'm just getting older and appreciate it more. One shot morning. Yeah, it was a great turnout. Dan, good morning, morning. Brian Warner, good morning. Dave, good morning. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm whooped. Work all day Thursday, took off, went to Bismarck, did Bucks for Bras, drove home, got home at about, I think it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, got a couple hours of sleep, got up, did morning shows, radio shows, and had to be at a neighbor's, haul cows into the sale barn for him, run back, grab a load of calves, take it to a feedlot, get home, drive to Bismarck on Friday, and did University of Mary last night, and got home this morning at 2 o'clock again, and yeah, so it is something. So there you go. I don't know why mine came up with Dr. Teeth. I'll have to fix it from my, yeah, I don't know why Mike. Here's his Dr. Teeth. Dr. Teeth 1995, it says. Good stuff. Let's see here. KOLY. Good morning, Karen. Good to have you guys ready to go. What else here? Good stuff. Got a few texts here. Well, let's see. I'm pheasant season open. Can definitely tell. I have a question for you guys. You're hardcore hunters. Why, or maybe you don't know. I don't know. Why do some people wear orange from head to toe when they drive around? Like when they're scouting? I'm just curious on that. That's my question for you today. Tell me that before we get started. I find it unnecessary. Let's see. Let's get this going. At least I know if I have this ready. I do. Yeah, so there you go. Gun show going on this weekend. Mr. Gene Cox, wonder why he missed my program yesterday morning. Because it was Friday morning. That's why. Gun show today, the 25th, from 10 to 7 in Watford City. And tomorrow, 9 to 2. Yeah. Good deal. So Waylon, you just got to ask your wife why in the heck she's not doing the Bucks for Bras. I don't get it. Midco, come on, Midco could bring something up. Wear a couple routers or something. I mean, she is the marketing side. Come on, get her on that. Morning, Wayne. I think it would be good. Good marketing. That is. Oh, sold my calves this past Monday. Market was still, I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. I don't even look at the futures because the cash value, cash base is what I looked at. Oh, missed my 7 o'clock, missed my 8 o'clock countdown for you guys. So I'll have to do this 7 or 8 o'clock in 30 seconds. I'll do that 8 o'clock and 30-second countdown here coming up. That way you guys are in the news side of things. All right, 8 Central and 30 seconds. And on mark. There's the delay. Let me get Shelby on the phone here. Where's she at? I don't like the new updates iPhones did. Not a big fan of those. Is this true? Is this true? It's okay if you live with her.
Hey there.
Miss Shelby, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. We're on our live pregame show here on the YouTube side. I have a question. My first question for the pre-show is this, when I go to your information on my phone here, do you truly have a Hotmail email address still?
Oh, gosh, no. That's like my old one I made when I was a pipper. I have some accounts that I've made, and I can't even get into them. Like,
I was like,
nope.
Wait a minute. She is substantially younger than me, and there's a Hotmail address. What the heck is that?
Oh, yeah. I have like my Etsy account linked to it, and if I have to message the people I bought something from, it's like you need to verify your email. I'm like, well, that's impossible.
I don't remember it. Yeah. How are things going? You said you're up in Flasher this weekend?
Yep. Connor and I came up here. I'm not hunting this weekend. Connor's up to bat, and he's out last night, but nothing.
What are you guys hunting? Just archery?
Whitetail. Yeah, archery.
So he was lucky enough to get a tag. Good for him.
I made a deal with him. If he didn't go to Minnesota this week, he could hunt the one buck that's been showing up at the ranch.
Nice. What's his show called again on YouTube?
Just Brockhouse. I think Brockhouse Outdoors or just Brockhouse.
That's right.
Yeah. Can you hear me well enough? Because I know the ranch can be spotty.
Right now, I can hear you. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Wonder. Mm-hmm. Can you still hear me here?
I can.
Okay. I'm just gonna sit in the chair.
You should get internet out there.
Oh gosh.
Get Wi-Fi calling.
I think my dad changed his phone plan about 3 or probably 6 times because he can hear, because he can't handle losing a call.
Yeah. Well, this 5G is terrible on Verizon. It's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, I think we have, like, down in the hills, we had AT&T because it's better down there.
Yeah, there's AT&T and T-Mobile tower out in this area that's pretty close by, but I haven't changed over yet.
So. Dad got something. I don't know what he got. That's supposed to be better. But I remember he switched back and forth so many times.
Yeah. Well, how's the dental hygienist going?
No good, busy.
Yeah.
Actually, September is the slowest month in dentistry. I think September, October is. Just because people are getting into a groove. They call it like September and October.
Like the
But
back to school groove, sports groove, or what?
yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Just like parents, like I don't know, just people get into a back groove. Everybody's kids are going back to school. I think it's just odd,
Yeah.
but it's pretty good. Can't complain.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta work a few cows here for next few weeks and help some neighbors move and ship, and then I think it's time for me to go down to the hills for a little R&R.
Yeah, yeah. I think this weekend in Deadwood is busy. I think they have Dead Weird going on.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Is it this weekend or next weekend?
Oh, it might be next weekend actually, because it's
Yeah.
Halloween next weekend.
Yeah, Halloween actually falls on a Friday next week, so I thought they pushed Dead Weird to that day, but I'm not sure. They may have done it
Oh,
early. I'm not
probably.
sure.
Probably is, and I just feel like I'm so used to it being. I feel like it's always busy, like the weekend after and before.
Yeah,
I haven't been to Deadwood in a while.
me either. I haven't been down to Custer in a hot minute. I got to check my time here. Oh, we're going to be starting here shortly. Stand by. I'm going to turn you down. All right, stations. Here we go. We're going to start in 15. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday edition of Dakota Prairie Outdoors. Here, heard all across the Dakota Territory on great stations like Pierce, South Dakota, KGFX, in Mobridge, KOLY, Bismarck, Mandan, KFire 550, 910 in Minot on the OKCJB, and the Western Edge, 1460 KLTC, and 1069. Good to have you along here, AM, FM, and around the world, and all the people that tune in on my live channel on YouTube. Thank you for subscribing at Dakota Prairie Outdoors Radio. Well, I tell you what here, Shelby Arman. I don't know how the best way to explain it, give you like your dad to give an intro, like the host of Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV. What would be a good title for you?
Oh man, I don't even know.
No,
Most days I feel like a chicken running around with my head cut off.
Good enough. Good enough. Here, how you doing, Shelby? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm doing well. We're down at the ranch this weekend. Made it back up to North Dakota, and it feels good. Fall is in the air. That is for sure.
Now, you're currently residing around that Custer, South Dakota area, and a beautiful country. And I'm telling you, the fall weather for any kind of hunting here has been exceptional. I think it's been holding out nicely. With all these scary reports coming in that we're going to be getting just dumped on with some snow here shortly in November, everything's holding out really well. So, what tags did you fill so far in South Dakota? Let's talk about that first.
Yeah, South Dakota. So I filled opening week. I filled my archery tag. So the one goal I had set for myself this year, actually the last couple of years, is I wanted to kill a mule deer with my bow, because I've never killed a mule deer with my bow.
Mm-hmm.
Spot and stock, and I was able to accomplish that on a beautiful buck this year. It was. I think I cried 3 times. I was so happy.
Well, spot and stock is definitely a different game. That's my game, right? Your dad calls it spot and spook all the time.
Oh, that's what I call it too.
You do too? Okay. And I remember I talked to you a while back here when you first got it. I'm going to share this picture here on the YouTube here. It's just a beautiful velvet mule deer buck. And are you hooked on spot and stock yet or not? I mean, once you get one, it seems like you really get the kind of the sense to do it more and more.
Yes, I would say 100%. Now that I've finally connected, I am there. The last few years, growing up in North Dakota with my dad, it's always been tree stands and ground blinds. And then when I got with Connor, it was a different ball game for me. Lots of learning, and still lots of learning to do.
So
But I
Connor,
can
uh,
hunting with him. I've
Connor,
got
hold
the
on, hold
best.
on. We got to explain to the audience, when you say you're Connor, you got to say that's your boyfriend or fiance yet, maybe?
Nope, but it should be coming down the pipe here. Hopefully, we
No,
just got our home together.
no pressure, Connor, if you're listening this morning. but, but, so ground blinds, tree stand, I have no problem. No, I don't care how people hunt as long as they're out getting out there and hunting. But
Yeah,
for me, I hunted with your dad a couple of times, and I see especially when your dad and John and Jason, they used to go down to antelope hunt, and they'd sit there, and they were telling me that they're sitting in the blind for 14 hours. I just can't bring myself to do that. And
yeah. I did it,
right,
growing up the whole time with him, but I this last year when we were hunting, I couldn't do it. Like the spotting and stalking ruined me of sitting in an antelope blind for 14 hours.
it,
I was going a little nuts.
it's so much more fun to pass the time when you're spot and stalking. And
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So, what kind of bow do you shoot? Hoyt, I'm guessing.
I yeah, I'm still shooting a Hoy. I'm shooting the RX8 still. I didn't get a new bow this year. Sometimes I like to once I'm dialed in on a bow. Now I think it's less of a headache to switch everything over, but
Yeah.
I sure do love it.
Do
This
you,
year I started running a quivalizer.
what's that?
It, it's a quiver, but that it acts as a stabilizer, so it goes off the front of your bow, so all of your arrows, like more of your weight towards the front. And the boys have shot them for a while now, and I've always hated shooting with a quiver on the side of my bow. It sticks out. But now they're running a quiver on the side, but they made a tighter one where it sits in. But I took Connor's old quivalizer, and I love it.
Really?
More put together.
And that works for spot and stock too, and nice and compact.
Yeah, it sits out. The boys are only complaint. Like I just started running it, and with the wind, sometimes it's a little tougher, because you got a lot sticking out up front. But for my situation this year, it worked out fine. But I am so terrible that I would always take my quiver off, so I'd be crawling,
Yeah.
trying to carry my quiver and my bow. So this works out better for me now.
Yeah.
I can shoot with it on.
And you call that the quivalizer?
Yeah, it's called a
Yeah.
quivalizer.
See, I got to look at some of this stuff here. Get into that new age stuff here that you got. When you say the boys, what are you talking about?
Caden and Connor. So Connor's got a younger brother, Caden, that they do all their hunting together, but Caden's like a little brother to me. So we're always usually all running around.
Okay. Must be nice to have something that you guys can do together. You get back from your main job in Rapid, and it's like, hurry up, grab your hunting stuff. Let's go.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. We bought our first home this year.
Oh, nice.
In April, but this beginning of the hunting season, I had a lot of boys in my house. not a dull moment.
Do you feel that Hoyt makes some of the better bows to get into for ladies? I think ladies, not always, but sometimes have a lighter draw weight. And is Hoyt one of those that you can adjust nicely and move up and down? Or do you have insight on some other bows if women are interested in getting into archery?
I think Hoyt's always what I've shot, and they obviously I think my draw length and draw weight, it works perfect for, they make a smaller bow, but I think most bow companies can, but I do see, I follow Eva Shockey, and
Mm-hmm.
she's got a bow that I think a lot of girls, women go and grab, because it's kind of made more specifically for that. And Hoyt's got oh gosh, I don't know if they still call it, but I think I used to shoot the women's elite, or it was like the Hoyt Elite, maybe.
But they do make a women's specific version.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the Hoyt. I want to say that's what I shot. Like their women's bow. I don't know if it was called the Elite. I'm probably saying it wrong, but they made some. I want to say that's what it was. And so I did shoot that for a little bit, but I did like my. I don't know. It was just bad juju that year, but I feel like I didn't kill myself. But I could be operator error for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I've been shooting Hoyt for a long time as well. even before I met your dad there, and he's gotten me into more of the newer Hoyts because every once in a while when your dad he gets a new bow every year, and after about 5 years I get like this like I really need a new bow, and usually buy his last year's model. So I've been shooting Hoyt just because I know somebody that's got the same draw length and weight as I like to shoot too. So I don't have to do a
Yeah.
whole lot of setup on it. I just got to adjust the pins a little bit different, and that's it. Works out pretty
Yeah.
nice. So.
Oh, the Hoyt bow for women is the Eclipse and Torx.
Eclipse, okay.
That's Eclipse, not
Okay.
Elite. Got the E part right.
Got at least got it started right. Well, Shelby, we're up against our first break here, so stand by with us. We're going to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. More coming up here. Dakota Prairie Outdoors on a Saturday edition, on a beautiful Saturday morning here across the Dakota Territory, especially here in the Western Edge. We'll be back more with Shelby Arman with your questions, comments. You can send them my way. We'll have more right here around the Dakota Prairie Outdoors Radio Network.
I'm Dale Falke with Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your trusted partner in ag lending. With our deep understanding and appreciation for the Western way of life, we proudly accept, respect, and promote the values that define our community. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or business owner, we are here to support your financial needs and help you thrive. Choose Dakota Community Bank and Trust for all your banking needs.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, bowmanlivestockmarketing.com. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
Pfeiffer's Auction and Real Estate would like to invite you to their next round of land auctions held in Emmons, Bottineau, Barnes, Mercer, Turner, Wells, and Cass County. Equipment sales coming up are the Central Dakota Fall Equipment Auction on November 11th, the DeWald Estate Equipment Auction on November 18th, and the South Dakota Winter Equipment Auction December 4th. For more information and to bid with confidence, go to Pfeifers.com.
Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. Rockin' 7W, the farmer and rancher's go-to guy.
There's a reason you're seeing more Red Angus cattle in the country. Great mama cows, high weaning weights, and easy keepers. With a family that bases their entire operation on faith, honesty, and trust. You can see those values in their 30-plus years in the Red Angus breed. Schriefer Red Angus, the breed that generates a positive return on investment. SchrieferRedAngus.com.
For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been a leader in ag financing because we understand the business of creating relationships is more than an interest rate. Agriculture is a foundation to the community, and we are here to help your operation expand, grow, and continue to the next generation. Talk to our ag lending team today.
Community looking out for you. At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, bowmanlivestockmarketing.com. Pfeiffer's Auction and Real Estate would like to invite you to their next round of land auctions held in Emmons, Bottineau, Barnes, Mercer, Turner, Wells, and Cass County. Equipment sales coming up are the Central Dakota Fall Equipment Auction on November 11th, the DeWald Estate Equipment Auction on November 18th, and the South Dakota Winter Equipment Auction December 4th. For more information and to bid with confidence, go to Pfeifers.com. There's a reason you're seeing more Red Angus cattle in the country. Great mama cows, high weaning weights, and easy keepers. With a family that bases their entire operation on faith, honesty, and trust. You can see those values in their 30-plus years in the Red Angus breed. Schriefer Red Angus, the breed that generates a positive return on investment. SchrieferRedAngus.com.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. Of course, Penny Paulson's Breaking 8 music right there. You can find more of his music on all Apple devices, Apple stores, Amazon Music, any music service you want. You can find that. Breaking 8 is what it's called here. Good guy. Welcome back to Dakota Prairie Outdoors. I'm Scott Bachmeyer. Shelby Arman, the lady, as she says, the chicken with her head cut off, is joining me here this morning here discussing anything and everything you want here. So I started the morning show out with a pre-game here on the YouTube channel, Shelby, asking the question, because I'm just not used to that. So I have a backpack with me wherever I go. If I have my bow with me, or depends on what I'm hunting or what season it is. But I mean, in my vehicles, everybody in this country carries guns with them. I mean, that's just what we do. And I have a backpack that has all my tags and cleaning, knives and all that, extra ammunition, and my orange all packed in there. But you see these other people driving around that are not from this country, and they're driving and really, really slow on the roads, especially when we're trying to ship calves and everything. And we kind of sneak up on them once in a while. And it got me thinking, why do they drive around with all the orange on already? That's my question, and I'm posing that to you. Why do you think that is? I mean,
I think that, they're ready to rock and roll, jump out, and maybe afraid they're going to forget their orange, or they're not from the area, and they're just thinking that maybe they're going to find something right off the road. But in all reality, most definitely, you're probably to get something, you got to do a little bit of hiking.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're aware of that or quite ready for that.
They're ready to go. Okay. Tim says here, I don't know why either, but I see duck hunters do the same thing with their camo clothing. And he says, even at night when they go into the local town for refreshments, they're still wearing all their duck hunting apparel. And I don't get that either. I don't understand that. Like, you see that on a lot of small town bars when you're coming around. You know who the out of area hunters are when they come in all camouflaged up. And
I up some clothes a little bit if I'm going in somewhere.
Yeah, change up a little bit. And it's hard for the bartender to see them if they're camouflaged. But the bright orange ones, man, you can see that. I've always had this bow hunter mentality of, I don't want my hunting clothing to smell like a bar.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
How important is that scent control, Shelby? Is that still a big thing? What was that? 99% scent free spray and all that?
I have mixed feelings about it. I think it's super important, but at the end of the day, it's tough to beat any critter's nose.
Yeah.
Wind is super important, but I mean, I think do what you can, but at the end of the day, that's their way of surviving, so it's tough to beat, but you got to play the wind and do all the things right and hope it comes together.
Yeah. I say playing the wind is probably 100% more important than what you're wearing and how you spray it down. Because here's the thing, Shelby, there's so many times after deer season, I love hunting I like hunting in the snow. I really do. I like spot stalking in the snow. It's depending on what type of snow you get and if it's crunchy or not. But sometimes them first snows, it's so nice and silent. You can walk through and really sneak into things. And I do way better just wearing what I wear every day to go out and fix fence or check cows or mineral. And it seems like they don't have a difference between my Carhartt clothing or anything else that I'd wear from Sitka or anything on that. I don't know if there's much difference. And I don't know how that studies work that they can make that camouflage say, well, this is what deer see. I really have a hard time believing that they know what deer see. So,
Yeah, I think, I'm right there with you. The best hunters are the ones that were wearing the flannel jacket.
Yeah, remember
and they were so
like Fred Bear. Remember, I mean, one of the what is he, the godfather of archery, and all he had was like a blue flannel shirt or a red flannel shirt on.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right. So you got your archery deer. Did you have a chance to do any rifle hunting in South, or have the chance coming up?
I actually, I drew a West River special buck tag. So that's my first. I've been there. This will be I think this is my third year or second year, but I drew the West River special buck whitetail only tag. So
Nice.
I'm pretty excited about that. So I haven't had the opportunity to rifle hunt yet in South Dakota. Just, waiting on getting drawn, just being a resident, fresh. Last couple years.
Are you going to do the same thing? Are you going to sit in a blind? Or are you going to go out and put some miles on those kind of tracks?
Yeah, if I'm with Connor, we'll be putting miles.
So he likes to get out there and go, and he's got a YouTube channel. Would you call it Backhouse Outdoors or Brockhouse? And did he feature you on your archery hunt on any of the programs?
I don't think they've honestly kicked out many videos lately. They've been busy just with, all summer long. They worked for Total Archery Challenge, but I don't think they've kicked anything off. But I don't think so. I don't think I've been aired yet. I may on some hunts I'm there, when I can be. But yeah, I don't know how updated they are on their videos.
Okay.
I know Connor's seen some, but.
Well, we'll still get on the YouTube channel, like and subscribe them. Make sure to follow them as well. So, because eventually you're going to see Shelby on that channel as well.
Yeah, it's fast and furious. People like it.
That's what I like too. Like get it going, have it a little bit of fun, and get it done right away.
Yeah.
So, rifle deer, West River special buck. Is there? You can hunt all West River. How's the units in South Dakota work?
It's so I can only hunt private land.
Okay.
That's how that special buck tag works. And then I do the whitetail only. But you can draw any antler. But I got the whitetail only, and I actually, which I'm super excited about because I have never killed an elk before, and I drew one of the leftover cow tags for December. So that's what I'm really about.
Excellent. Is that in around the Custer area too?
Yep.
Yeah. Those cow elk, man, you're gonna love it. The meat itself is worth it. It is so good.
God, we have a full already. This year is the year of the elk for the family. That's for sure. I'm taking any freezer donations. If you got any old freezers, contact me. I'm taking some donations.
Donate a freezer to Shelby Arman, please. Yeah. What rifle do you plan on? First off, what rifle are you using for deer season?
I just use my 6.5 Creedmoor that I've got.
And for elk, what are you planning?
I'll probably have to go with something a little bit bigger. But that's a gun I've always used. I guess I've never hunted an elk, so I haven't really crossed that path yet of what I should be using. This year, just living in South Dakota, when you can draw the elk tag, and I feel like I was with Dad. Dad drew his once in a lifetime, North Dakota tag, however long ago. I was with on that hunt, and then I did get to be a part of his Montana hunt this year, but that was archery. And then, Connor's dad drew an elk tag. His brother Caden drew one this year. Connor drew one, and his dad actually drew one in Colorado and Wyoming. So this year I've gotten a lot more, I should say, acclimated to the whole elk hunting thing. I was part of a few pack outs and, hunts. So I'm definitely learning this year about the elk. So
they're a big animal to gut out by yourself. You know that?
Oh my gosh, his dad called us in, and let's just say it was when we had a bunch of boys at the house that were down here just archery hunting, and we got the call in the morning, and we had got a little rowdy the night before, and it was rough. Yeah.
That's a good
But we
way.
did it.
It's a good way to sober up, though. I'll tell you, if you have to get in there and gut an elk out by yourself, you sober up in a hurry. So I got a couple of comments here before we go into our half-hour break here. Marty Beard says, finally a guest with some class.
Oh, Marty Beard. I love Marty Beard.
Darren says he still wears flannel jackets when he hunts, and so does the mayor of Mobridge here. Gene says, congratulations on the elk tag. And One Shot Cap says he might see elk hunting in December. He has a tag in that same neck of the woods down there, too. So a lot of people excited to get that leftover tag. That's great. So coming up, Shelby, we are up against our half-hour break here. If you have questions, comments, you can text them to me, 701-425-6651. I'm live chatting on my YouTube channel, or you can call in 888-932-5682 if you have any questions or comments for Miss Shelby Arman. Coming up your way, we'll have our half-hour break next on Dakota Prairie Outdoors Radio.
I'm Dale Paulke with Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your trusted partner in ag lending. With our deep understanding and appreciation for the Western way of life, we proudly accept, respect, and promote the values that define our community. Whether you're a farmer, rancher, or business owner, we are here to support your financial needs and help you thrive. Choose Dakota Community Bank and Trust for all your banking needs.
At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, BowmanLivestockMarketing.com. MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
Pfeiffer's Auction and Real Estate would like to invite you to their next round of land auctions held in Emmons, Bottineau, Barnes, Mercer, Turner, Wells, and Cass County. Equipment sales coming up are the Central Dakota Fall Equipment Auction on November 11th, the DeWald Estate Equipment Auction on November 18th, and the South Dakota Winter Equipment Auction December 4th. For more information and to bid with confidence, go to Pfeifers.com.
Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. Rockin' 7W, the farmer and rancher's go-to guy. There's a reason you're seeing more Red Angus cattle in the country. Great mama cows, high weaning weights, and easy keepers. With a family that bases their entire operation on faith, honesty, and trust. You can see those values in their 30-plus years in the Red Angus breed. Schriefer Red Angus, the breed that generates a positive return on investment. SchrieferRedAngus.com.
For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been a leader in ag financing because we understand the business of creating relationships is more than an interest rate. Agriculture is a foundation to the community, and we are here to help your operation expand, grow, and continue to the next generation. Talk to our ag lending team today.
Community looking out for you. At Dakota Community Bank and Trust, that's what we do.
Equal housing lender.
Bowman Livestock Marketing, serving the tri-state area for all of your livestock marketing needs. Eastern Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota. You can be sure of great care for your cattle and top price at sale time. Call Austin Snook at 307-290-2161. That's 307-290-2161 for more information or just to talk cattle markets. You can also find them on Facebook and go to their website, bowmanlivestockmarketing.com. Pfeiffer's Auction and Real Estate would like to invite you to their next round of land auctions held in Emmons, Bottineau, Barnes, Mercer, Turner, Wells, and Cass County. Equipment sales coming up are the Central Dakota Fall Equipment Auction on November 11th, the DeWald Estate Equipment Auction on November 18th, and the South Dakota Winter Equipment Auction December 4th. For more information and to bid with confidence, go to Pfeifers.com. There's a reason you're seeing more Red Angus cattle in the country. Great mama cows, high weaning weights, and easy keepers. With a family that bases their entire operation on faith, honesty, and trust. You can see those values in their 30-plus years in the Red Angus breed. Schriefer Red Angus, the breed that generates a positive return on investment. SchrieferRedAngus.com.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still
Welcome back, everybody. It is Dakota Prairie Outdoors on a Saturday edition. Man, what a beautiful morning. Beautiful sunrise here in the Dakota Territory. And speaking with Miss Shelby Arman here out of Custer, South Dakota area. And lucky enough to get elk archery. You got your rifle deer tag this year. You got, elk special unit cow tag. And it's just fun and exciting to get after different animals. Because, you know, in the North Dakota side, it's once in a lifetime tag. You might be able to get drawn a few times in Montana, Wyoming, and Colorado area. But of all the areas, it's always fun to hunt your backyard, isn't it?
Yes, yes, it is. And yeah, I'm definitely super excited about that just because I've never got to kill an elk, and it'll probably start an addiction.
So I'm going to ask you something as a young lady. You said you're in your 20s. How much social media do you do?
Oh, I've really backed off a lot. I don't post a whole lot anymore. I don't really scroll it much anymore. Dad will be like, "Did you see my post?" I'm like, "I don't really check it." I'm usually on Facebook Marketplace looking for stuff to buy for a house.
You sound like one of the guys now. I like it on Marketplace. The reason I'm asking is you grew up with your dad doing a television program. And the social media side and the social media platforms have changed over the years and gotten, it depends on how you look at it. I want to get your take as a younger person. You're dating a guy that has a YouTube channel, not a television channel. And, going out, you need to get subscribers and likes and if you get enough of them, you start getting some financial payback on this. How has the social media side on any format, not just like putting shows and video content out there, but how has it changed in your mind, what hunting was before social media to what it is now?
That's funny you bring that up because last night we were actually just talking about it, and it's just anybody and everybody can do it now, where, back in the day it used to be, you go out and buy the Drury Outdoors or Buckmaster DVDs, and you sat and watched them,
Yeah.
They were on TV. There was two shows out, and now everybody, their dog, cat, and mouse and flea has got a YouTube channel, a TV show, and it's just lost, I think, a lot of quality. Now it's just, not even so much because everybody likes the fast pace and things like that, but it's just there's so many out there now. There's thousands. It's not really that special. Remember where you get so excited for that TV show to come on, and run up in between commercials. Everybody's trying to do it. Everybody's trying to make it. And it just, nowadays, especially with all these hunting companies, you need, why should they pick you to sponsor? You have to really stand out and because a lot of these companies are getting bought up by other companies. One big company owns a ton of the little companies, and it's a different game now, and I would say, like, I'm not into the social media by all means. Like, I think I post for, Connor's birthday and my dad's birthday, and Father's Day. I think that's about, but I've never been the one that can sit behind the phone and be like, hey guys, I just brushed my hair today.
Yeah.
And like, I've never been that way, and, the boys, Connor and Caden, they do their YouTube thing, but they also, they want to be big and whatnot, but they love it so much, and they just have a passion for it that they're not gonna take videos of themselves all day long. They don't want to do that because it takes away from it. They feel, and it's just a lot. And like, a lot of these companies want like a gazillion deliverables, like post like 5 times a week. And, they just want to go out and do what they do, have fun, and post some videos, and, just keep it raw and simple, and not document their life story. So,
It's interesting you say, the you're not into social media as much as probably a lot of people your age are.
yeah.
And I shouldn't say that. I was talking to a gentleman last night doing the University of Mary benefit, and he was 85, and he was like, "Man, he says I was scrolling Instagram the other day, and but let me ask you, where do you get your news sources? Where do you get the information on what's happening around the world? Where's that come from for you?"
Well, I consider myself kind of like Patrick Star off of SpongeBob. Like, I pretty much lay low, and the less I know, the more I'm at peace. But I do, like, just from other people, listening, then maybe I'll dive into it. Dad talks about it. Stuff happening around the world. I'll see it, especially with all of this Charlie Kirk stuff. I do see it. It pops up. Just being, like, I have a lot of things that funnel through like that, and but. Yeah, I would say for the most part, Connor's mom, listens to a lot of the news, but I pretty much find bliss in not knowing something.
See, I was really, really hoping you were like, I don't use social media, Scott. I use radio, AM radio. Is what I thought you would really, But the reason, okay, you look at how many people post photos of when they get something on social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, or I'm sure there's so many other platforms I don't even know about out there. And the reason I say this is I think it was last week of the week. I can't remember. My days kind of run together. So there's this new app that's been popping up on my Facebook feed about, I can't remember. It's like hunt data or map hunting data. And their claim is, if you go in, you pick your state, you pick the animal you're looking for, and for like $200, they will send you their maps that shows the density of where you should be hunting in that area, unit, and what have you. And I think it was your dad I was talking. I was like, oh, I wonder how that works. How do they know that? But somebody texted me after the show, and they said, do you think possibly it's, they have a chat bot, an AI bot that's screening all these social media platforms, and anytime you post a picture, when you take that photo and you put it up online, well, as soon as you take that photo out in the field, it timestamps it and it shows where it's taken. Do you feel that maybe that's how they're getting this information? And I mean, how else would they know?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little scary because the people behind that definitely aren't the ones hiking out there.
Well, I've asked them to come on the program. I have not gotten a response back from them just yet, and to see how this works, because I thought it was pretty interesting. And I don't know if they want us to know if that's the case, but another reason I'm bringing this up is, people posting photos. It seems to me that as soon as you start posting photos you see that in, not necessarily AI is getting into this, but if somebody's like, well, where did you get that elk? And they're like, oh, I got that at Scott Bachmeier's place. Within like a week, I get like 12 other calls coming in.
Yeah, we know
right
there just because of that reason, because everybody's going to, like, everybody wants to find the shortcut. you know,
Yeah.
so
Well,
we
it's
try to
nice.
keep.
It's nice, to go in there and ask permission. How was that in South Dakota? I know North and South Dakota have a little bit different way that they run their game and fish, and how the policy is made. And years ago, South Dakota had a big thing where the Hardin County, most of Western, especially Hardin County, they closed up, wouldn't let anybody hunt, their family or nobody, until they came to a resolution with the game fish and parks down there, and it worked out. They got something worked out nicely, and I think they got a good relationship. When it comes down, you said you got to get on private land only, and how is that around the area to be able to go up, knock on some doors, and talk to people?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, that's definitely what we do. It's all about door knocking, and like if we have the opportunity, like get their phone number, like I know for sure, like we try to go to the door instead of calling them, just so we can talk to them, and meet them, and it's not just like, hey, can we hunt your place? And nope, okay, bye. Try to build a relationship, like something a little bit, so you're not just a person behind a screen.
Yeah.
So, but I think I'd say we're pretty successful at that.
Have you ever been told no?
Yes. Yep.
Did you throw a fit?
Nope. Just thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah. Well, even then, you could probably sit and still have a conversation with them, even when they say no. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like even if we get shut down right away, we're not just like, okay, have a nice day. You read the person too if they're, just not about it at all.
Right.
But for the most part, yeah, at least visit. We definitely, but just sit down and visit with them. Or
do you think it's been helpful that you've not been on social media to the point where nobody really? I mean, you see a lot of these people. What do they call them? Influencers or influenzas or whatever they call them, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I like honestly living in South Dakota, not a lot of people. It's not really like North Dakota where I know so many people, I like it.
Yeah.
And not saying I'm not an influencer. I think you gotta post more than when you kill something or for Father's Day or Mother's Day.
Well, you see a lot of people making a lot of money off of it. And I'm just, as a younger person, if that's a desirable way of going about it, is to make money off of the hunting side of things by being on social media and posting that. And you know how it is. I mean, when your dad runs a television program, when you get a sponsor, especially if it's like a clothing sponsor, it's like, that's the only clothing that works for me. And I wonder how many people do that still on the hunting industry side.
Yeah, it's definitely out there. A lot of people get paid. Sometimes I think about it. I think it would be nice, to work from home or, not be on a schedule. Because with my job, like if I have to take off a month in advance, and, they got to move 8 people, so it's not just affects me or the office, they got to move 8 other people's schedules. So
yeah,
sometimes I think, the grass looks greener on that side, but.
So you have a conscience as a young lady out there. It's amazing to hear this. You must have been brought up the right way. With as Marty said, with some class. With some class. What kind of clothing do you find? I was trying to buy some stuff for my wife a few years ago and try to get her into some, and all the clothing I tried to find for her, she said it just didn't fit her. It didn't fit right. It was like bulky. It was like made for guys. Is that still true, or is the ladies hunting side to come to a fruition of, hey, there's a lot of lady hunters out here?
Yeah, I think it's definitely gotten better, because I definitely remember that when I was younger, like when we first started with First Light, I was just wearing the men's small or medium.
Yeah.
But I just got First Light. I really love it. It's their women's 308 pant. It's definitely like an early season, mid-season pant. I think they do make one. It's the 308, but there's like a lined one, for a little bit later season when it gets chillier. But I just got that, and it's high-waisted. It fits really nice. I got it in 2 colors. But it's kind of like, because I wore some Sitka before, just, because Connor's got some stuff, and if I accidentally shrink it in the dryer, I'm like, oh, this is nice. I just acquired a new jacket. But now I have to hang dry everything or I get in trouble. But I think, I've always seen a lot more, Sitka's always been like the big hunting clothing brand, so a lot more people wear it. So I think they've always had more depth to their women's stuff. I've always personally wore Foresight. We've worked with them, but the 308 pant I do enjoy. But yeah, I would say, and then I think there's what is it, DSG, or there's a women's, but yeah, they definitely got a lot more out there now. I've just always, worn the First Light, but I think there's definitely more options out there. I would say First Light, not to hate, but their women's depth is not there.
Okay.
Personally. But I do like the pant. I mean, you don't really need a whole closet wardrobe full, but I do have the stuff I need. But sometimes I like some of more of those solids where I can every day, almost use it as a work pant type thing too.
Well, especially if you're spot and stalking, you're going to get in some rough stuff in cactus and bullberry bushes and anything else that sticks and pokes and grabs at you, and rocks and what have you, and mud and water. And you need a little rougher, tougher stuff that way.
Yeah, for sure. And the cactuses, oh boy, I'm sure but yeah. I feel like I always get into a cactus when we're out and when we're crawling. But I've actually, this is going to sound really funny, but I use my old high school volleyball knee pads when we're spotting and stalking, because I've got such little bony knees. I can't do it if I hit a rock. It about folds me.
Yeah. That's actually a pretty good idea. That's actually a really good idea.
Volleyball knee pads under my pants, and it is great because they're like thin and it protects you. And then when I'm crawling, I shoot like a regular wrist release. So I shoot left-handed. So while I'm carrying my bow in my right hand when I'm crawling, then I use the pad of, like the wrist strap. I kind of push it down over my palm, and I use that when I'm crawling.
See, you're just giving new tips for everybody right now that played volleyball, and they're like, we have use for our old volleyball stuff.
Yeah, that's what I use it for. I still got them.
So I had a full set of so the Sitka bibs I liked. I liked the jacket. The only thing I didn't care for my Sitka was the zippers were terrible. And it seems like they just wore out really, really quick for me. But I had a full brand new bib and jacket, and I was going out doing some archery hunting. And I got to an area, started glassing, and I saw like 3 coyotes. And I was like, as anybody knows, if they ever a predator hunter, no matter what you're hunting, if you see a coyote, it immediately turns into a coyote hunt. So I ran back to the pickup, grabbed my rifle, and I went and I just busted up over the hill, over some rocks and some cliffs. And I looked over the top, and those 3 coyotes were running right to that area where I was sitting. And I laid down on the ground and I shot 2 out of the 3. And when you're excited, didn't realize I laid in a whole cactus patch.
Oh.
What happened was I got up, and you could pull whatever you can out, and I took those off, and they were lined. I can't get those fine cactus needles out of the inside of that lining, to the point where I had to throw them away. I could not use them anymore. It was that bad. So I wish they had some more like a canvas front material on them, so a guy could lay down in that stuff and not have to worry about getting poked in there. 701 Nation JD says, I like my Sitka bibs too. Agree on their zippers. They're terrible zippers. So yeah, no doubt about that. But I'll tell you, we have a lot of hunting ahead of us here. We have an archery season still going on. South Dakota archery season still.
Yeah.
They're still going through. The pheasant season is open for both states, and that's huge. Not so much on the western side, but there's a lot of pheasants that are in the west of the river. And in fact, there's some really, really good areas too, especially get around that Faith area up through Lemon, and that's really good pheasant country in that neck of the woods. Anyway, we have your elk season is coming up for you. I have elk season around the North Dakota side around here. I think I got a guy out here this morning. I in half a mile yesterday, Shelby, heading out of the ranch here. In half a mile, I had 15 mule deer, 5 bull elk, and about 20 antelope in a half mile, all headed to the same alfalfa field. So, yeah. So there's plenty of things going on here. I try to help a few folks out. And I don't know if you've seen my post a while back there. I had the opportunity of taking out an 18-year-old high school girl for her very first pronghorn hunt. Her and her dad came down, and they said, Scott, we trust you. And I took them, and we were on antelope right away, and it took almost until sunset for her to finally get one bagged up there. And it was just exciting to see a dad and a daughter out there working together and having fun and enjoying the hunt. And she got her arms in there and cleaned the whole antelope out herself. And it's fun that way. What's your first memory of your dad doing that with you?
Oh, I think I've ever since, before when I was really little, I would get so excited when he'd get back from the ranch and he'd kill the deer and we'd hang it up and in grandma's garage and I would be right there the whole time, helping them or watching them. I just remember that. There was just a buck the other day. We were back home in Bismarck and I was in the shop and there was a deer and I was telling Connor, I'm like, I remember that deer specifically and touched up the front. And I remember being in my lime green little puffy jacket and helping him sit out there in the cold while he was skinning it.
Those are the things and the days that you remember with your folks that you'll have with you forever. Shelby, we're up against the end. Thank you so much for taking a Saturday here with me and enjoying a little bit of radio stuff and giving us an insight what's happening in Western South Dakota. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Scott.
You bet. Thanks for tuning into the program, everybody, today and on YouTube. Appreciate you. Make sure to go out and eat some meat, drink some milk, wear fur, wear wool, and celebrate the farmers and ranchers and the agriculture community out there, feeding those animals each and every day. Have a great weekend, everybody. All right, stations, thank you. Shelby, thanks again. Thanks a million, and appreciate you. Western South Dakota input is really fun to have.
Yeah. Thanks for sorry I didn't get back to you that night right away. I was busy doing house stuff. That consumes me right now.
Where did you guys get a house at? In town of Custer or outside of town?
Nope. So we were living with his folks up, in Hill City, and we just bought.
That's right.
We bought our home. We got 1 acre, and it's on the edge of the east side of Rapid City. So we're in Rapid now, but we're kind of on the outskirts, and everybody around us is retired. And we got 1 whole acre, which is, growing up on 40 acres, I didn't think that was a lot, but for in town it is. We have a big backyard. We can shoot our bows. The person behind us owns like 10 acres, so no one's directly behind us. Are you familiar with Rapid at all?
I am. Yeah.
So do you know where the Elks golf course is?
I do.
Yeah. So we're like right across the creek there. So we're 1 house away from the creek.
Nice.
And Jolly Greenhouse.
I'm looking it up right here.
Yeah, if you see it on Google Maps, it's the bright red house.
From the golf course, what direction?
North. Just like
a
few hundred yards.
Yep.
I bet. So we're on
I see it. Yeah, I see it. Absolutely. Okay, very cool. Yeah,
so we bought
very, very nice area out there too. It feels out of town, but it's really, really close to getting into pretty much anything.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm like 10 minutes from Target. It's different because before we were living 45 minutes away from town.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've done a lot to it. We closed on it, and I took April 4th. We closed and took Connor to the airport, and he flew out for tax. So I was conquering the world by myself this summer with his mom was helping a lot. My mom and dad came down, but we redid the kitchen. It came with the big 50 by 20 shop connected to the house, and we walled it off at about 30 feet, and we have this big trophy room now. I'll have to send you pictures.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, we go by that area. We travel out of Rapid City Airport. Is the airport of choice for us whenever we fly anywhere. I got to go.
Oh yeah.
I got to go 2-3 times a year. My wife, she likes traveling, so yeah. Plus our place in Leeds, so we usually stay over, and then when we get back, we go back to Leeds for a day or two. And
well, if you're ever flying out of Rapid, just let us know, and you can leave your car. We can take you there and pick you up because we're 5 minutes from the airport.
Yeah, I see that.
So if you don't have to leave your car, pay for parking.
Yeah. I really appreciate that. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So a couple things. I want to go bring some cows home. What is it? Don't forget the SDSU versus NDSU football game today. I'm going for SDSU, baby. How about you, Shelby?
Yeah, I've transferred over. I'm a Rabbit now.
You have to. I used to teach. I used to teach at SDSU for a few years. So I got way more involvement in there. I went to college in Minot. I have nothing to do with Fargo. So I'm an SDSU person. Yeah, go Jacks.
Yeah, I was cool in Wapaton.
Oh,
Wahpeton and Sheridan, Wyoming.
WAP. Yeah. Oh, no. Okay. Now I got making sure I get if anybody else has questions here and checking all my accounts. I think we're pretty good to go. Well, Shelby, you have yourself a great day. Appreciate you. Tell your folks to said hi. And hey, what's your brother been up to?
Just living out in New York, you know.
He's
He
in New
was-
York? Okay.
Yep. He yeah, he's just been running around. He was gonna he ran in the New York Marathon last year, and then he was gonna run in a marathon, and he ended up getting he had a tiny cut on his leg, and you know how you can then he went into the ocean
Ooh.
and got really badly infected with, what do they call it, like cellulitis or something.
Hey, you're closer to that medical stuff than I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really bad, and he had to go into the ER, and it was not good. Like, his whole leg was red, so he was going to run in another marathon, but he couldn't do anything for 2-3 weeks, so
Wow.
he's not in that anymore. So
Does he have a job out there, or what's he do?
yeah, he was working for Google, and then he's looking at changing jobs because Google's Google's so big, but they dropped his department or something like that. So he's been on the paid leave or whatever they have, whatever
Sure.
it's called. I can never think of it. So he's been job hunting, and he's gotten to 4th round interviews. So I guess he'll be working for something a little bit different now than Google. But
so he's a techie guy.
yeah, business, like, you could sell snow to an Eskimo kind of guy.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, you have yourself a great weekend, and one of these days we get down to Rapid or something. I'll send a text. We'll go out and I'd like to meet Connor too in person.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be awesome. It'd be cool for you to see our place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Swing on by.
And then go golfing.
Yeah, we like to golf. We're no good, but
I'm terrible, but I enjoyed trying to hit things.
Yeah. We just go to have some good beers and
We'll get along perfectly on the golf course.
Oh yeah. I like the golf courses with no dress code. We went to a fancy one time, the Red Rocks, and that was not my thing.
Yeah, no. I like just I have jeans and a flannel shirt. That's all I need to go golfing in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, you
Okay,
have a good one, Shelby. Enjoy, and we'll catch you later on. I'll be in touch with you how your elk hunt goes. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds great. You have a good weekend.
You too. See ya.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, YouTubers. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Waylon, and go Jacks. I appreciate it. So have a good one. I'm gonna go feed cows and get my semi delivered here. So have a great day, everybody.